Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Strike Force. Today, we're going to be talking about the Quasar Scourge event. Now, you might have seen, I had done one full run myself, offline and stuff like that. I managed to get to milestone 14. Honestly, I just ran like a very normal D10 run, except I found out that D10 is incredibly difficult when you get to this node here, mission 10. Thunderbolts or Quasar with this Super Scroll. Now, it's next to impossible. I'm pretty sure it's impossible, actually, if you do not run Quasar with the War Scourge on, because that's the only way to stop Super Scroll from getting a crap ton of turn bar and obliterating your Thunderbolts, because you do have to use Thunderbolts. Now, what I found out through some thanks to my Discord server is that you don't need to run difficulty 10. Now, I'm not the first to market for this video by any means, but I'm going to share and do my gameplay of this. So we're going to be doing difficulty 9. We are going to be turning on most of these with the exception of that. We're not going to be using the max health for this, but we are going to do, I think it's, and Cosmic, I don't think we have to do Cosmic Crucible either, because we're not going to be using Cosmic Crucible characters. We're just going to be using raid characters and war characters. We're not using a cursed, and I don't want to make the enemies harder. But we're going to take a look here, and I don't know, I don't have to do Rope-a-Dope either, because this is super annoying. And when enemy characters end their turn with vulnerability, my head's in the way. But they gain defense up, deflect, death proof, and immunity. Some of the other ones, which is kind of annoying, is actually on enemy death, clear all negative effects from enemies. But at least when we're using Vigilantes, most of these characters are going to be having trauma, right, from Silver Sable. So they won't be able to clear negative effects anyways, and it might not be a big difference. Now, the reason why we're doing difficulty 9 as well is if you take a look at some of the enemy, like, for example, this for, let's just do node 3, actually. You can see 1.6 million on most of the characters here up the top. If you go to difficulty 10 with the same thing, it's 2.7 million power. So why would I want to do that when you're just going to get the 1.8 million? Now, you could skip the final node by putting all of the packs on, but honestly, that last node with difficulty 9 is not that hard. So we're going to be running through all of the nodes here in today's video. That's going to get us the 1.8 million for us to get the 2525. Now, the other thing that I do want to point out is if you do want to just get the 6 red Quasar, you can also do this significantly easier, again, on difficulty 9 and just popping down. I believe you only need about 60 mods. So just take a look at your expected run score. And you can also do this on difficulty 10 and only doing 8 nodes. So there's lots of different ways of just getting the 6 red if that's what you want, or get the 6 red first. So then your second run, then you can use Quasar on your team and he's going to be a little bit more powerful. So we're going to be doing this here on difficulty 9. It shouldn't be that difficult, but we're going to start off with using the Vigilantes with Quasar. So we're going to pop out a Punisher for the purposes of this. We're going to be using Quasar. Now, I do have, we have 3 Strikers, but I think this should be okay, I think. Now, I normally put Elektra over here because of the stealth, and I'm going to put Silver Sable on the far end. So we're going to put Quasar down the middle. I haven't actually used Quasar a ton, I'll admit. Like, I don't know his kit back to front, but everyone says take Punisher out and use Quasar instead. So that's what we're going to be doing here today, and we're going to be doing a 12 node run. There will be some timestamps for each of the nodes in the description as well, so hopefully that's going to help you guys out. Now, it's going to make that everyone is they're going to share the Vigilantes, or Quasar is going to share the Vigilante bus. The only thing is that as long as we have Elektra, we should still get the on-spawn, all that stuff. So that should be good to go. And we shouldn't, as far as getting our on-spawn energy, we should get all that as well. And I think the energy should also feed to Quasar. So really, this is not going to be that hard. Like, it shouldn't be. And difficulty 9 is significantly easier than difficulty 10. The only downside, of course, is that we have all of these extra packs that you don't need to do if you just do a standard D10 run. Or, with Quasar and whatever. But the enemies are dropping. Since we don't have the HP thing on, characters are dropping pretty quickly. And so that's not really that big of a problem. We can go ahead. They're dropping way faster than on D10, so this shouldn't be that bad. We also don't need to be too careful with our cooldowns. As long as they have trauma, then they're not going to clear their own negative stats effects. The only problem is on new waves, right? If somebody dies on a new wave clear, then yeah, those guys won't have trauma yet because Silver Sable would not have taken her turn yet. So that's the only downside there. I hate the pings from Havoc over there. It's kind of irritating, actually. There goes some of my buffs, I guess. Oh, yeah, we don't have so we don't have the Cosmic Crucible rules active, right? Otherwise, this would be a lot more pain in the ass. They still hit kind of hard, I'll admit. D10 is a lot harder, though. Like, they hit a lot harder on difficulty 10. 2 turns of stun and trauma, that part's not very fun, actually. So we're going to make sure that we get some cooldowns. Oh, we're stuck over here. Can we get rid of that taunt so I can move? I'm kind of more worried about the Kang over here. But I'm going to go ahead and we should be able to do almost all the skills because on spawn, right, it's not going to be a big deal. Now, the only thing there is that I don't have, because Daredevil is stunned, and that was super unfortunate. Because he is stunned, he's not healing everyone else, and this is kind of annoying, like the on-hit heals, that kind of thing. And am I actually going to lose Elektra? It's weird, because I think when I run Punisher, it does feel a bit smoother. I don't know why. People like Quasar. It's fine. Like, it's not really that big of a deal. There we go. We got some heals back up. I feel like I'm taking more damage than usual. Like, Quasar is doing a crap ton of damage, but I feel like I'm just taking a bit more damage. We should be able to fix that, though, at the start of the next run. So that's node number 1 anyways. I think because these are, basically, you can use any characters on this, I just don't want to use my Thunderbolts early and, like, somehow screw up my cooldowns. I am not a big fan of the Thunderbolts, because you can use any of the Harbinger characters. Like, I could use a Cursed if I really wanted to. But I prefer using Vigilantes. I think the first 2 nodes, because it's all Harbingers, they do hit a little bit harder than some of the other ones, I think. And the other problem here, yes, that's nice. But we're going to go have to deal with, get rid of those charges. That's nice. And then we go over and get a stun, hopefully, by clearing. We did not clear. I think the secondary target is Kahori, though. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. And then we're going to go over here, get Peter B down. And you know what? We're just going to go for an alt over there. And then the kill that. There we go. And then I think Penny drops down. It's not really that big of a deal. I'm gonna do the special. Everyone else is dead. They're gonna clear though, right? We're gonna go over here. So much damage. They just drop. They just drop. D9 is just totally different when it comes to the amount of health that they have, which is fine, right? That's all we're here for. Let's go over here with the ultimate. Because we're still using Elektra in our team, we don't have to worry about, I think I said this before, but we don't have to worry about our cooldowns that much, because we do get, isn't it 5 on spawn with Elektra? I think that's what it is. So yeah, we don't have to worry about that much. Should bleed out. Let's, it is, right? On spawn 5. Yes, that's a lot. So we don't need to worry about that. So, should be good to go. There we go. They are going to cleanse, except for the ones that have trauma. There we go. Node number 2. Moving on. Okie doke. So far, so good. And so my characters, I mean, I will, maybe I should have said this before. So my Quasar is gear tier 9. Everyone's 105. Quasar is gear tier 19. Elektra is gear tier 19. My other 3 are gear tier 20, though I did use them in the Xavier saga. So just wanted to kind of point that out. But there are other people who did this with level 100, G19, that kind of thing. I mean, really at this point, for this kind of endgame content, you are kind of looking at, especially for the last milestone, right? You're looking at G19, 100 at a bare minimum. So that's just something to keep in mind there. Now I'm going to go over here and try to hit as many targets over here with 5 with the alt. And then we might be able to get a stun on Capsam. That's normally what I would do over here when I used to do this kind of... Oh, we did too much damage. And I won't be able to stun Capsam. Okay, maybe... Can I kill him with adjacent damage? Is that possible before I take a turret? Okay, we could do that, right? Alright, so that wasn't exactly what I was trying to do, but it worked out anyways. That probably wouldn't have worked on difficulty 10 because they would have had way more hit points. So, kind of funny there. Let's go over down the middle. That does not apply trauma, though, so they are going to just clear that. But I guess we can just apply a new one here with Silver Sable to everyone, so that's not really a problem. Also, Thanos' rain fire is more irritating than anything. It didn't actually do a whole lot of damage on D9, but it does do a lot more on difficulty 10. So that's something to keep in mind. Then we have Howard the Duck over here. He's going to go down, and then we're at 6 out of 15. You know what? That did a decent amount of damage. Now, Quasar does actually have high cooldowns on that ult. And we only get 5 from Electra. So I do, but we're getting the kills from, oh, I wonder, can we outright kill him before he does the, I don't think so. Sometimes with the Electra ultimate, you can actually one-shot him before he actually does that. But this time around, it doesn't seem so. Anyways, with the Hitmonkey passive on kill, that kind of thing, there we go, we got the kill there. It's not so bad. So Quasar's getting funneled. His energy's back. We're good to go. And that was node number... What node are we on? Is this 3 or 4? These are dying so much faster than difficulty 10. When I did my difficulty 10 run, it wasn't that bad, but it definitely took a lot longer because the enemies had like 2 to 3 times as many hit points, and getting through this was just it took longer, right? So that was, I think that was node number 4, right? So, oh no, that was node number 3. Okay, so now we're on node number 4 here, using the exact same team all the way through until we get to Thunderbolts, and I believe the play is to get rid of Taskmaster. That's what I've been told. So we're going to go ahead over... Actually, we're going to go over here with the ultimate. We're going to miss out on Captain Britain, but I guess we're going to get him here. That's fine. Hela's dead now. Everyone else is just kind of dropping. Those are dead. 15 out of 20. We could get Oath dead. There we go. 14 out of 20. Do some basics because I don't think anything else is that necessary. We can get another alt. Great spot to do that in as well. We're going to get a slow on Blade, which I just realized he's going to flip. That was my bad because he doesn't have trauma. Okay, now we're going to get the trauma on. That was my bad. You get the alt to stun him just in case. Probably won't take his turn, though. That ability block with Quasar's alt really is something else. That's a really nice thing to have. We're going to get another spawn here. Why not? Just do a special, because he's going to get all his energy back anyways, literally. And we can do that too, because you get 5 on spawn. Like, you don't need to hold back on your cooldowns, which, again, makes this really, really easy. Vigilantes are just something else. I don't know. Maybe because we've been using them in almost every single event, I just feel like they're just a league of their own. Compared to Thunderbolts, I am really not a big fan of the Thunderbolts, but maybe it's just because I've been using Vigilantes for so much. So that's node number 4, right? I think that's node number 4. I was kind of losing track of the nodes that we were on, but I just wanted to kind of do that there. And then we should have, yes, that's node number 5. So now we can use Thunderbolts if you want. But you don't need to. There's this whole thing, the first 8 nodes, really is just designed for Vigilantes, and they're more than capable to do this, so it's not a big problem. We do have some charges here. I think this does clear charges, right? But I'm going to go over here, because I do want to hit that Spider Weaver. So we're going to do that. Get the ability block on Spider... Oh, we didn't clear... No, we didn't clear the charges on Nova. That's funny. I think this does, though, as well. No? I swear, like, something clears charges, but why did it not do it this time is just kind of weird. Nova still has his charges, so we do need to do some damage to him, I guess, to get rid of that then, because we failed every other attempt. Now he's going to cleanse that. So he's going to one more. Can we hit him again? All right, now he's going to cleanse that one too. So now he's down to 0 charges. Okay, so finally, I guess. And we're stuck with over there on a taunt. Can we get Nova before he uses his skills? Probably not. He's going to take his turn. Oh, maybe. Actually. Can we get him? Can we kill him before he... Yeah, it looks like... Oh, wow. Everyone's just dropping dead. Silver's Sable with the raid boss is just really amazing. There we go. 6 out of 18. Like, we're hardly paying attention to this. That's like, it's that easy, honestly. Let's go... Oh, let's go over here, though. Did we get the charge? No, we didn't get the charges that time either? That's dumb. Oh well, we can still do this. And wow, okay, sure. Might as well go over here. Okay, 1 charge. 0 charges. We can do the ult. And Nova's dead. Okay, so that was node number 5. So if you don't have Quasar, though, I do want to say that it is possible to use the entire Vigilantes team. I think where, like I said in the beginning of the video, though, where we might run into trouble if you're not using Quasar is that node number 10, I think it was, part of the Thunderbolts section, because that with a Super Scroll, it might be easier in difficulty 9 where you won't just outright die, but in difficulty 10, it's almost impossible. So maybe you don't need Quasar for this on D9, but on D10, you absolutely do. So I just wanted to point that out there. I don't have experience with that node yet without using Quasar. That did a lot of damage. Wow, okay. Did I hit myself? Did Quasar hit my Electra? Kind of shocked how much damage that did, to be honest. Okay, she's healing back up now. That's fine. I don't know what happened there or where the damage came from. I didn't... Maybe I missed that. That did a lot. Like, wow. Alright, we got another Thanos endgame here. We got another Silver Sable alt. Damn it, we didn't quite get to... Now, he just dropped dead, but, you know, he just had to do his passive before dropping dead. Alright, let's get this Marvel down. And... Damn it, that ability block was not a great time. Let's just do that then. So normally I would try to hit Kahori with that, but should be fine. We can still do this. It's not a problem. No problemo, because as long as Electra's alive, we're good to go, because we're going to get the on-spawn energy, and it's all gravy. These enemies have, like, no health on difficulty 9. I think that was node number 6, right? So we're about halfway through, it seems, at this point. And again, I'm just here for the G20s, guys, right? I just want my G20s and walk away. I don't really care about competing for that. That was node 6. I don't care about competing for aesthetic avatar frames. If you guys do, you will probably need to run this same thing on D10, right? That's just kind of how it is there. So need to focus on Omega Red, Phoenix Force. That's definitely the play there. I'm going to do the ultimate over here on this side, though, to get the trauma out. But yeah, you do want to get... do you want to get that stun out on Omega Red Phoenix? If you're running this on D10 anyways, but I mean, I guess he's still alive, so we need to do this. Getting a stun out on Omega Red is going to be really, really important. So he stops doing that bullshit with his passive, because it does get blocked once the passive, or once he is stunned. So that's a big thing on difficulty 10 as well. We're going to go over here on this side and just do the ultimate on Old Man Logan. Does have the trauma. We're going to do this with Silver Sable, because why not? And then we're going to get enough damage. Also, this will block the turn bar as well, right? So all this will block the turn bar that Old Man Logan would have got, because we are using the War Scourges here for Quasar, and that's part of his passive. So that part does get made significantly easier, especially if you're running on D10, right, and you're having some issues. That's going to make a pretty big difference over there. I'm going to add some vulnerabilities. I'm going to use the special, because why not? That did so much damage. Wow. Okay. Gonna go over there. We're stuck now. You know, we can still use the ult, actually. We could get a stun out on... Oh, wow. Okay. We'll flip those. And we'll just use basics, because we don't really need to do much else. And that was node number 7. Moving on to node number 8 here. And then we'll be on the Thunderbolts section pretty soon. And I think really just at the end of the day, you know, I want those G20, those 25s, you know, there's quite a bit of stuff there. So, yeah, I definitely recommend running on D9. It's just, it's so much less of a headache. I'll be perfectly honest. We do have the Odin over here, so we do have to get over to him and make sure he's dead. Even on difficulty 10, I was able to kill him, though. That wasn't too big of a problem. You can't really stun him, though, so I'm just going to use the special. Like, maybe I could have stunned somebody else. I'm not sure who the secondary target here is on this one. We're going to try to get that defense down, which we did land. And then we're going to go for the ult. Almost killed. No, we did kill him. So that doesn't go that fast in difficulty 10, though. Taking a couple of hits here, and we're taking that. Oh, that did a lot. Please don't kill my Electra. Oh, no. Oh, she revived. Oh, taking a bunch of hits. I don't remember taking this many hits before. Oh, we did get the... Okay, we survived, though. We survived. get the slow out there. Okay, now that's going to jump to Emma, and we need to kill Emma so it just gets, doesn't go to anyone else, because I think there's an ancient one on the other wave. Yeah. Yeah. It's only going to hit 2 targets there, unfortunately. So it's kind of better just to stamp out the possession mechanic so that it's not really a big problem later on. Stunned to Ancient One. Second target was Starbrand, and he died. Alright, they did set up some barrier by accident there. Down. Dead. And so the funny thing about all of this here is that the revive once doesn't even matter, because Hitmonkey just doesn't allow for that to happen. So having a Dormammu on these nodes is like basically pointless. There we go. And that was that. Node number 8. Odin just got walked through. I did take a little bit of damage, of course, so if your guys, if your characters are not as big, you may take a bit of damage, and there might be some RNG in terms of resetting. That might be a thing. Now we're going to be moving on to the Thunderbolt section, which I'm pretty sure is starting on here. Now, I haven't done all of the nodes, but from what I understand, people are telling me to do it this way with taking Taskmaster out. Now, I do have 2 Raiders and 3 Strikers. That should be okay. And any characters that get Speed Bar at all is going to get blocked by Quasar. And that's going to be some of the most important things here. So that... Oh, he got on... So because you're using Quasar, Void Knight gets on spawn speed up. That's a bit of a pain. It's almost impossible to avoid that, because if you're not using Quasar, he still gets the Speed Bar stuff. And wow! Oh no, he's still there. Okay, why did it look like he just glitched off the screen then? Okay, so I took a bunch of damage then to start. Oh, it wasn't that fun. Let's go with the ultimate here. Okay, we need to get some buffs up. Do we have Tron? Is there Tron? No, everyone's slowed. Why am I taking so much damage? Oh my god. Come on. Get off me. Get off me, bro. There we go. Can we flip some of this? Get some healing out? Okay, are we better? Things are better now. I'm going to use the ultimate over here and kind of push back the turn. No, we killed everyone. Okay, I was trying to push back the turn meter on a Void Knight, but looks like he just died anyways. I just don't like the Thunderbolts. The way that the Thunderbolts play is not like the Vigilantes at all, and Vigilantes just feel a lot smoother. Maybe that's just me, right? And I don't like they do get some on-spawn ability energy, but the way that they generate their energy is more to do with Victoria Hand and her charges and characters getting hit. I'm pretty sure, is a lot of that. Okay, so things are okay. Right, we've got some speed up over here, though. We're just going for the damage, just raw damage. Okay, all right. And then we're going to go over here, and I'm going to go for... Now, Victoria Hand, I think, only gives 3... Is it 3 energy on spawn? So that's something that I'm trying to be conscious about. I do want to kind of kill her, kill Void Knight over here. Turn bar, yeah, they are dropping there. Yeah, that's a bit of a... So Victoria Hand gives on spawn 4 energy. Okay, so not all of my characters... Some of the characters have much longer cooldown, so that's just something I wanted to keep in mind here, especially the ultimate on Quasar. So that may or may not come back right away if I just use it and they die. That didn't do a ton, did some damage. So that was node number 9. Now it's this node number 10 with the Super Skrull, who I'm just going to try to go all in on. Again, you need to be a little bit more conscious about your ability energy on the Thunderbolts than you do with Vigilantes. So that's something to keep in mind. You do get 4 on spawn. For Quasar, that's not quite enough, though. And I think depending on... I was thinking Songbird that maybe it might not be enough either. Her ultimate was it 5 or 6 or something like that? So just keep in mind, this could be an issue. So unfortunately, we can get hit by the Pav here. It's this Super Skrull and kind of this Green Goblin that I care about the most. Now, this is quite nice because it applies trauma 2 turns AoE, but it also reduces 50% speed bar for anyone with a positive effect, which is basically everyone. Now, the problem is when I ran this... Oh, well, that sucks too, actually. When I ran this on difficulty 10, it was a lot harder because Super Scroll would get, well, without Quasar, it's, why can't I get over to Super Scroll? Did I do too much damage? This is kind of annoying. I don't want him to take too many turns. He does have offense down at least. I'm just gonna try and, he's got trauma, right? So even if I kill a bunch of characters, he's not gonna get rid of that necessarily. But I do need to get over there somehow. We're not taunted yet, so maybe I can still target him on the next turn over here. But I'm gonna go over here on this, down here in the middle here. I need to get to Super Scroll. Okay, we're gonna go down the middle here again. Okay, he's dead. Thankfully, this was significantly harder on difficulty 10. All right, everyone's just kind of dropping out. And every time anyone dies, of course, they're clearing all their buffs. It's 5 left over here. At least that does a lot of damage. Okay, we can do this. It's fine. Do the basic. Basic. Oh, we did take some damage. Oh, we got a trauma applied to my Quasar. Okay. Bunch of counters, though. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. We did heal Hyperion right there at the end. So that was node number 10. A little bit more trickier. Now, node number 11 or 12, I haven't played at all. So this is going to be my first time playing this. We're kind of back to my old score. We just surpassed my old score when I was running. I did 9 nodes of D10. And now we're on these 2 nodes. So you can skip the final node. That is potentially skippable if you apply more packs than what I did here in this video. But for the purposes of this, I kind of wanted to show what it was with all 12 nodes. And that's why we're doing it this way. And also, I hate those HP packs. I mean, so if you want to just do the 11 nodes, that's fine. But I heard node number 12 is really not that bad anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. They're taking a bunch of... Now, they have the raid buffs up, right? So Hitmonkeys and the Silver Sables, they're all going to have the raid buffs that I applied for the Vigilantes. So that kind of sucks. Also, can we... Oh, we killed Thanos outright. Okay. I was like, maybe that's going to be a problem. In raids, that's good too. We're going to do that. Give some counters to the team. And then we're going to go over here as well. I just want to kill the rest of these Vigilante characters. That's really what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to be focusing on this Hitmonkey over here. We're going to do some AoE. Did a lot of damage. Can we get a follow-up kill? There, nope. Oh, yep, sort of. Some of them died. Some of them died. Now, they also don't get speed bar on kill like Vigilante. Vigilante is just a far superior team, in my opinion. I don't know. It's just me. Go over here. Uh-oh. That kind of sucked. Kill some more, but they don't have trauma, so they're just cleansing. I need to heal. I need to heal. Hank Pym's dead. Regeneration. This will heal. They're also not... Where does the speed up come from? I swear... Like... Where does speed up come from on this team? I feel like they're just so slow. Maybe it's just me. There's 3 left on the enemies. Victoria Hand. My Thunderbolts are also all like 3 yellow. I think I can do this. It's fine. I get the 4 on spawn energy. Should be okay. Trauma. Can do that as well. There we go. Oh, not yet. Oh, is leader going to take his turn? Oh, he did a basic. Okay. There we go. Okay, we got it. That was node number 11, and we have the final node left to go. This one didn't seem that bad. This was also a node that was designed for a cursed, because it was a cursed Thunderbolts, a cursed, or Quasar. If you want to use them there, of course, but we're doing this from the Thunderbolts perspective. There's a bunch of Omega Red Phoenix Forces. That's what it looks like. We're going to run the exact same characters again. Now, if you don't have Quasar leveled up, I was hesitant as well, but I think at this point it probably makes sense to Level him up. Okay. We say okay. I was gonna say because the war buffs, right? So we don't have Crucible buffs on though, which means that Omega Red Phoenix Force isn't that bad. But now I'm stuck over here, and that's a pain in the ass. So we're gonna use the special to get rid of him. Oh, and then goddamn. We keep getting stuck behind taunters. Can we get a stun on Phoenix Force here? We're gonna go do the ult over here. Okay, Ares is dead. It's fine. Is there another Ares, I think? Dark Phoenix is dead. There is another Ares. But I have Safeguard, so it didn't actually... He doesn't steal Safeguard? That's weird. I thought he did. Or I thought he, like, removed it. Maybe it's only on the initial... It didn't even do it at the start of the battle. The way that this Ares is working is a little bit weird, unless I misunderstand how Ares is supposed to work with the war boss. Go with the ultimate. Why not? We're just at this point, we're kind of just killing them all. Beast is dead. We got some more coming down here. So hopefully we can go down the middle here. Can we get an ability? That does an ability block, right? Yeah, it does. Oh, it doesn't matter because it, it killed them. Because if they don't have trauma, right, that's gonna happen. Okay, all right. But this is good. I love the Songbird ult. It's really nice. That's the AoE trauma, which did not land on Shadow King. Odd. Now we just kill everyone there, so that's fine. And then Omega Red Phoenix Force is dead. Do some more AoE with Hyperion, and looks like we didn't really have much to worry about here. Now, did I make everything look easy? Probably. My characters are, for the most part, G19 105. My Thunderbolts, none of my Thunderbolts are G20, just for the record. Nothing like this is. They're all G19 105. So this is something that, you should come to expect for this kind of content to be able to do, and this to get all of the milestones, right? If that's what you want to do, then just expect to be able to have to do that. Maybe it could be done with less, right? Maybe you could do it with G19 100 or 95. Who knows, right? This is just what I happen to do, so I can't do much about that, unfortunately. So then we go around, collect our milestones. That we actually ended up getting 18.9 or 1.89 million, and there we go. We got all our rewards. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. So I'll put some, again, there'll be some timestamps in the description down below if you want to check out certain nodes. Otherwise, my recommendations, just for a recap here, difficulty 9, I have 160 mods. Basically, I did everything except for the max health. I skipped the Cosmic Crucible buffs, and I also skipped Rope-a-Dope because I don't really like that. But otherwise, everything else is the same. There we go. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below how you did on the Invasion event, Quasar Scourge, and I'll see you guys on the next video.
And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.